ITBD05 Mobile Brand Recommendation in Social E-commerce Analysis. Basically, we'll be using Flipkart, Amazon, and etc. Okay, you'll be seeing many recommendation like once you use a mobile phone. Okay, there will be a Samsung mobile phone, Samsung or MI. There will be many inside the recommendation side. Recommendation. So basically, this project is recommending the correct product to the users. So the existing concept is MySQL. MySQL, which is just a database, it can only store up to 2 GB. Okay, it has a basic data limits. There's a data limits, and the maintenance cost is very high. Maintenance cost is very high, and also the processing speed is also low. Processing speed low. So what we are proposing is using Hadoop. Hadoop, which is basically a big data technology. Inside this Hadoop, there is various tools inside there. Okay, the tools we are going to use is Scoop, which is basically a ingestion tool, ingestion tool, and Hive for the analysis, and MapReduce for the processing. Okay. This is an open source framework, and it is a Apache software foundation. Okay, in this Hadoop, we'll be using the techniques like clustering, partitioning, joining, and bucketing for the data. So the data is basically a Excel format. Basically, it will be in a Excel format, the rows and columns. Okay, we'll be mostly using the CSV data, which is comma separated values, comma separated values. Okay. So what are all the advantages in the Hadoop? Hadoop advantages. There won't be any data loss problem because we'll be using a cluster. The one data you're putting inside this database, it will be stored in other data cluster also. For example, your data resources, this computer is connected to 2 to 3 computers in a cluster. So the same data will be stored across this cluster. So even if this system got malfunction, you can get the data from the others, and the data processing is high because it takes the RAM, that is resources from the systems in the cluster. For example, this system got 4 GB and 4 GB, 4 GB. So totally there will be 12 GB for your processing speed. and it is scalable. You can add n amount of resources, that is computers here. You can add it 2 to 3, so that you don't have to worry about any data loss or storage problems. Okay, and it is cost effective. You don't have to pay for the extra maintenance except for the system maintenance. Existing technique MySQL. Okay, we'll also be using the MySQL to compare the old and new techniques here. Okay, and it will take only up to 2 GB, and after that it will be very slow for the processing. Proposed technique, there are HDFS for storage. HDFS is for storage, and map reduces for processing. It will reduce the time take for the processing using the parallel technique, parallel processing technique. Okay, and Hive is for analysis. Hive, it will uses HQL, HQL, which is basically Hive query language. This language is based on SQL. Okay, and or we'll be using it for visualization. Visualizing is nothing but a charts. Okay, this is the architecture. Once we give the SQL, that is any queries inside it, it will go to the MapReduce layer where it will get processed, and the resulting data will go for the HDFS to take out the result, and it will go again for the MapReduce, and it will be displaying in the displays result. So the real time example for the big data is social media, Twitter, Facebook, etc., where you'll be placing many comments inside there, and this will be processed due to the big data. And future enhancement is Spark. Spark is basically, it will process anything even related to the live data. That is, the data will be coming even if the time of the processing. For example, the data will be coming for each second. It will be getting processed, and the result will be changing based on that. The example for the live data is stock market data. Stock market data. So these are all the softwares used. Hadoop will be using, that is the Cloudera. This is an OS, CentOS plus Hadoop. That is a Cloudera. Or for visualization, which is basically chart. The charts like uh, bar chart here, and also pie chart, something like this. Okay, so these are all the softwares you will be using, and MySQL is existing, and Hadoop is proposed. Okay, we'll be comparing both inside this project. So these are all the minimum requirements. Minimum requirements. Okay, otherwise the project may not run. So you have to at least have this recommended. Okay, so thank you.